Taking an input from the user is an essential part of every programming language, including the Python. So hello everyone out there, and let's get started with writing some code that can interact from the user. And yes, your wait is over. Now we are going to run our script both from the interface of the Eclipse as well as from the command line terminal as well. So first of all, we need to make sure that what type of script we are writing, and I'll make sure that I write /usr/bin/python. Now again, I make a lot of typos, but it's okay with the Python scripting or any kind of programming. People do make a lot of typos. Again, I will try not to make them. And then what we need to do, we have defined, yes, I'm going to write a Python script, but what do you want to write in the Python script? Let's say I want to define a simple says color, and I'm defining color, whatever your favorite color is. Let's say my favorite color is white. Again, your favorite color may differ. I'm writing a script to define my favorite color. And what I need to do after that is simply print, and I'll say something like this, my favorite color is, and I'll put a colon, and after that I'll show you the two methods. The first one is just a plus, and after that I'll be putting up a color, and I'll save this. Now how to run this? I'll hit this green button at the top. You can see it will give me, sometime it gives you a pop-up that says you want to run it with a Python or Python unit test. You want to run it as a Python. So the first option is there, and now it says my favorite color is white. Okay, good so far. It doesn't really looks good. It's not a super impressive script in the entire Python community, but you can also have one more method. You can put a comma, save it, and I can run this. Still the same result. So nothing much impressive yet. Now this is a script which tells me what's my favorite color. The color is hard coded out here. And this is a chances that there are high chances you don't want to build a script like that. You want to ask a user what is your favorite color and then want to print it out. So how do we want to do that? First of all, we need to print a message to the user, and that will be saying simply something like this. Please say what is your favorite color. Now again, I can see that you can hear the tippy tippy of my keyboard, but don't just look at this tip tap. And let me go out here. Now we need to make sure that we use something that can take input from the user. So we are already having that function. It says raw underscore input. And once it is out here, now you can ask the user whatever the value he wants to say. Now let me just show you a good method instead of printing out something like, please say your favorite color. Now the good thing about writing a script is writing efficient script. Now, of course, there would be no harm if you are printing a message first, then taking the input and then submitting. But you can save a single line of code. Now, how to do that? I can simply have this double-quoted string. I'll delete this entire thing. And I'll select whatever is out there. I'll hit Command X or Control X in your case. I'll be putting out here, removing this extra code, putting this one. And now I don't need this. Now again, both of the things are really simple. You can choose any of them. What's happening out here is raw input is a predefined function that can take any input from the user. Now right now we are taking any input and putting that into a variable known as color. We will talk about the variables later on. Don't just get hesitated out here. What's a variable? Please bear with me. And we are printing out that same message. How does it run? Let me just save that and hit the green button, and it says please say what is your favorite color. I'll say red. Again, notice that after just the color it has started typing the red, and as I hit enter it says your favorite color is red. Okay, good, but we do not want this cumbersome happening out here. How we can get rid of that? We will talk about it later on. Right now just notice what I'm doing. I'm pressing a slash and n. This is a combo character. We'll talk about that later. But right now it will give you a break line. A new line will be there. So let's just try to save that and hit a green button that says run. Now when I says, automatically my cursor goes on to the next line, and this time my favorite color is black. Yes, my color priority changed quite a lot. And as I hit enter, it says my favorite color is black. So here is my super impressive script that you can have. Really funny. But how do we run these kinds of scripts? from the command line terminal. So that's again a good thing, and let's open up our terminal. And I'll hit command plus a couple of times so that you can see it quite nicely. Now we need to move on to the desktop, and inside the desktop I have a folder that says Python. So I'll move into the Python, and right now it's not happening. Let me just quickly do a ls, and here is my Python with the capital P. And inside my Python there is a file named as module1. Again, I need to hit the tab key twice. Yes, it is a module with a caps. And do a quick ls here. Notice we are having the file that says userinput.py. Now there are a couple of ways to run this file. Let's first of all try this one. We write Python as the interpreter, and then I say userinput.py. As I hit enter, the script is fine, up and running. It says, please say what is your favorite color. Again, my color preference got changed out here, and I'll say something like red. Enter, my favorite color is red. But there is another method to run this kind of script. And what is that? We need to change the mod, and the simple command for that is chmod. You can write a couple of things after that. A plus X, that means you are assigning the executable permission to the userinput.py. Okay, that's the one method. There is another simpler method by changing the permission bits. That is, just give it 755, that is executable bits. And here is a word of caution. The permissions are really not that simple. Make sure that you are consulting with your Linux super user before running this. And if you need a refresher, there is a course on Linux which will really help you to understand what is going out here. And once you have done that, now what you can do, you can simply put a syntax // and the name of the script, that is userinput.py. And notice, when you run your script like this, // userinput.py, that means you are not specifying what kind of script it is. Previously, we were mentioning that it was a Python script. But here is the first line of code that is going to help the Python script. That is /the hashbang and /usr bin python. Automatically, it will search for the interpreter and running your script. If your script is running fine on this environment, great. So let me just hit it red and hit enter, and voila, we are good with that. Again, Windows user, you need to make sure that you wait for me because I'm coming up in the next movie, and I'll run again entire this code and everything onto a Windows platform to give you again a basic idea how things are being done onto the Windows environment. Nothing to be worried, I'll handle everything out there. So right now, the Linux or the Mac user can skip the next movie, which is going to be again a replica of user input. Okay, so we are good to go. We have done again quite a lot of things. But here is one more thing. First of all, I'll hit a clear out here. And when you hit the Python, you get the shell to write your codes. In fact, I can print anything or things like that. But right now, I'll exit this one. And I'll show you one more thing, that there is an option of -h. That means a lot of help can be generated from the Python. You can see tons of information has been displayed or dumped on our screen. We will not go into much of depth. What is debugging mode? What is the M mode and all of that? But yes, that may come later on in this series depending on how your feedback is and how you are interacting with me again in the question answer form. Again, nothing to be worried about if you don't understand the last part of the movie, what I was trying to say. My goal was just to make sure that you are able to take input from the user and dump the input onto the screen. Voila, you have done that. Good luck. And we are ending up our module with this movie. Let's move on to the next module.